Welcome back to this ECC Network presentation of Bridgeport basketball here at Harvey Hubbard Gym. Here at this doubleheader as we prepare for the men's side of the Purple Knights versus the Murphy Mavericks. This is your broadcaster Isaiah Rhodes, and prior to this particular matchup on the women's side, the Mercy Mavericks defeated Bridgeport 58-55 in a close game. Coming down the stretch, Amber Brown had a huge game with 22 points. Now we translate to the men's side, where for UB they're trying to complete the season sweep of the Mavericks. In the previous matchup, the Purple Knights defeated the Mavericks 81-69 with huge performances from Vakas Iqbal with the season high of 15 points. Sam Joseph has 16 points. And for the Mavericks, they come in with a record of 10-16, 5-10 in ECC play. For the Purple Knights, they're 21-4, 14-1. And right now they're trying to complete a 13-game winning streak, which is their most since 2013, where they went on to win the ECC tournament and get into the NCAA tournament where they lost in the regional semifinals. So let's see how this particular season ends here on this Make-A-Wish Foundation Day for the game day sponsors once again. As we mentioned, 4T's Plumbing and Heating, DeRita & Sons Construction Company Incorporated, Essex Boat Works LLC, Harborview Market, Jennings Teas, Jerry Numawash, Malvaso Nationwide Insurance, Rocky Select Volleyball Club, UB Baseball, UB Gymnastics, UB Men's Soccer, UB Swimming, UB Women's Soccer, UB Volleyball, and VASIS. All of these organizations have contributed to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we want to thank them more so than anything. So as we prepare the starting lineups for both teams on the men's side, it will be number 0, Shannon Denny, number 2, Daquan Irvin, number 11, Sal Barbetto, number 32, Amir Atkins, number 35, Brendan Smith. For the UB Purple Knights, it's Sam Joseph, Sharif Cobb, Devon Trumbo, Bakari Kamara, number 23, Vakas Iqbal. For the men's side, for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, it's 13-year-old Oliver Rashid S. Excuse me, I don't want to ever mispronounce anybody's last name, and Malik Watson, 18-year-old. So prior to the game, they're taking pictures and coming out with the starting lineups, getting treatment from both the players and the cheerleaders. So this is a great experience for all the kids. We want to make sure that everybody is enjoying today. As we prepare for the let's see who the referees are for today for the men's side. For the men's side, it will be Kevin Kabelski, Charlie Lee, and Joe Stage. The officials for today, Kevin Kabelski, Charlie Lee, and Joe Stage. Coming into this particular matchup, head coach Michael Maxco out of Salisbury in California, Pennsylvania, class of 2016. He's in his first season. And for Bridgeport, you guys already know, in his 18th season, Coach Ron with associate head coach Kranti Sanadi in his 7th season, with assistant coaches Will Logan in his 6th season, and Coach TJ Newman in his 1st season. Student manager Mandel Murray. Assistant coaches for Mercy, Damani Ashton, Kimberly Bailey, and Michael Khalili. Now, Vakas Iqbal had a huge game against Mercy, I mentioned, with 15 points. Usually for Bridgeport, what they tend to do is try to get him involved early, especially in the mid-post, trying to get some easy jumpers for him. Now, with his particular size and with this particular matchup against Mercy, he can stretch the floor a lot for the perimeter play, and you can see Devon Trumbo get inside, utilize the paint, and try to set up set up the game in terms of assists for Sam Joseph. So I want to see how they're able to play now. From Mercy, where they're going to be missing key scoring is from number 15, Daquan Richards. He's their leading scorer with 17 points per game, 17 and a half points per game. So we haven't gotten much news as to why he isn't starting. I'm interested to see if he's going to play, if he's going to suit up for today, but he's not starting. So let's see how this particular matchup goes without that key starter. Jumping up for the tip will be Iqbal in the purple and white. And Mercy is in the blue trim. And Mercy wins the tip. Sharif Cobb handling the defensive responsibilities at the top. And right now Mercy is struggling as Sabah Beto is cut off by Joseph. Little push off there on the kick out. The three-pointer is no good for Amir Atkins. And it goes out of bounds. Possession goes to Bridgeport. 9:35 in the first half, and already Bridgeport with their first possession. Good defensive possession there. Bakari Kamara hands off to Cobb. Trumbull, as I mentioned, they try to get Iqbal involved early off the glass. He can't knock down the first jumper. So Mercy comes away with possession. Sabah Beto looking to get it inside to Atkins. He can't quite handle the pass, but able to save it to Balbetto. Cut off by Cobb. Pull-up jumper from Balbetto, no good. As Kamari and Iqbal, Bakari Kamara and Iqbal both went for that rebound, but Kamara comes out of scrum with it. Cobb left wing jab step, thought about a three, kicks out to Bakari Kamara. Sam Joseph up fake, driving to Kamara at the rim. The finish is no good. Iqbal can't get the offensive rebound. Mercy comes away with it. Trumbo trying to get over a screen inside. Cobb almost gets a steal there, and Sam Joseph gets the deflection and the steal. Iqbal takes contact, and he will go to the line. A lot of that possession was centered around Brendan Smith. He couldn't quite get proper position there, and you saw Bridgeport attacking those passing lanes. So Iqbal will go to the line and look to get started. First free throw for Iqbal is no good. Second free throw for Iqbal is no good. So the men start out missing free throws. As we saw prior in the women's game on Bridgeport side, they struggled at the free throw line, which really affected the bottom line to the game. Sabah Beto for Mercy attacking. Can't finish that layup, and Sharif Cobb comes out of the gate pushing the break, which is to Bridgeport's strength. And already Sharif Cobb is in attack mode with that finish. Bridgeport is on the board, 2-0. Beto facing the trap, able to get it ahead. Smith at the rim, almost blocked by Iqbal. Instead influences the miss. And Trumbo in and out dribble, looking to attack off the glass. He can't finish. Bakari Kamara blocked by Smith. Once again with another attack deflected. As Bridgeport comes out of the scrum with another possession. Once again, Kamari with the floater inside. He can't finish. Sam Joseph on the offensive glass, able to finish. Good tenacity there from Bridgeport. Had Brendan Smith unable to get those rebounds, but it was influencing so many misses. And facing the trap once again, Daquan Irvin comes out of it, able to try to get it to Atkins. He doesn't have good communication there with Smith, and he acknowledges his mess up, so we're going to have a turnover for Mercy. Bridgeport comes away with the possession, 4-0 lead. So far what we're seeing is Mercy is really impacting the interior. It's a struggle for Bridgeport to score inside, but we're seeing good tenacity on the offensive glass, and they're still able to get out in transition where they thrive. Cobb misses that three there. Coming down with the rebound is Kelvin Howard, who enters the game for the substitution. Great defense there by Trumbo. As Shannon Denny faces that pressure. Irvin, guarded by Sam Joseph. On the deflection by Yasser Lawrence, who entered the game. Yasser Lawrence, a premier shooter for Bridgeport. Still kind of finding his way as a freshman, but he's not gun shy. He's really able to get shots off. It's just he's very streaky at times, so let's see how he's able to play today. Side by Beto, being guarded by Joseph. 2 on the shot clock, and the floater is good on the bailout for Side by Beto. He's really the Energizer Bunny for this Mercy team. The straw that stirs the drink. A lot of the featured offense goes to players other than himself, but he's the one that really sets it up in terms of his will to attack. And we have a deflection out of bounds. And they say possession goes to Bridgeport there. I thought it went off for Trumbo, but they say possession stays with Bridgeport. Carlos De Jesus comes into the game for Bridgeport, comes in for Sharif Cobb. De Jesus really coming into his own in the second half of the season last year. He made 63 pointers for Bridgeport and was really a defensive stalwart on the perimeter. He comes out shooting already, knocks down a huge three-pointer over Balbetto. I'm interested to see that particular matchup between De Jesus and Balbetto. And we see a timeout call by Mercy as they're unable to get that inbound, but Bridgeport jumps out to an early lead, 7-2. It's a 30-second timeout for Coach Maxo. He just wants to really try to get his team to get through this press because Bridgeport is really causing problems in terms of offensive execution. But that's what they tend to do. And so far this season, you'll see Bridgeport jump out to huge leads and really overwhelm teams from getting back into the game. But the threat to that is while you do play good early, you do it in waves. So offensively, the game will be clicking, and sometimes the Purple Knights are going to these droughts. They have to guard against the droughts and see how long their offensive continuity will last, especially with the depth that this team has. They go 10 to 12 deep at times, and you'll see Coach Ruan going five different players at a time in substitution. So that's to his strength. But we'll have to see how he's able to manage that going forward. Already we see a potential steal there as De Jesus really influencing Howard. He wants to find a guard here. He found Balbetto. Back to Howard. Howard almost has it stolen by Trumbo, and he gets the shot off, but he's unable to make it. Mark Campbell into the game for Bridgeport, looking for Hashim Abbas. Abbas unable to finish. At the rim, takes contact, and the finish is good. Hashim Abbas really coming into his own offensively. He's one of those players Coach Ruan rarely has to call offense for. He's a great rim runner, and his hustle is what gets him a lot of different opportunities at the basket. As you saw, the offensive rebound there, great footwork inside, not called for a travel, and able to finish for the N1 opportunity. The free throw is good for Abbas, and 10-2, Bridgeport leads. Coming in for Mercy is number 24, Brian Griffin. Howard looking to inbound. Almost a 5-second violation, but he's able to get it over the top to Balbetto, and he's able to get the great assist there. He's able to find Brian Griffin, comes in for the slam, so Mercy able to get another basket, 10-4. Shima Boss filling it on it after that, and one pulls up for three, unable to finish. And right now, Mercy able to get some breathing room offensively. This is some substitutions for Bridgeport. Sharif Cobb and Travis Morgan Robinson coming to the game. Also coming in is Vakis Iqbal and Bakari Kamara. Mark Campbell and Hashim Abbas come out of the game. As I mentioned, that this is the advantage that Coach Warren has in terms of his lineups. He can just it's different platoons he can use to keep his team fresh. 10-4, Bridgeport leads. Balbetto looking for Griffin again. Takes contact, and he's able to finish over Iqbal. So 2 quick baskets for Griffin. Brings Mercy to within 4. Side Balbetto and Carlos De Jesus. Crossover dribble from De Jesus. Has it deflected, but it goes into Iqbal's hands. Sharif Cobb on a kick out. De Jesus thought about a 3. Comes inside off the dribble, can't finish, and Iqbal fighting for the offensive rebound. Deflection goes off of, I thought it went off of Mercy, but they say it goes off of Kamara. So possession goes to Mercy. Into the game for Mercy is Chris Myers. Oh, and into the game also for Mercy is number 15, Daquan Richards. He didn't start this particular game. They didn't let us know why, but he's here now, so he should be a weapon that Mercy will utilize. And his timing is off there. He couldn't handle that pass, so possession goes back to Bridgeport. Richards on the season averaging just under 18 points per game, 17.5. Sharif Cobb with the basketball. And already on that finish, great find there from Bakari Kamara. Excuse me, I want to correct myself. Daquan Richards averages over 18 points at 18.3. You don't never want to penny pinch the score. You got to give him this point. So 18.3 points per game for Richards on the season. Griffin looking to finish once again, blocked by Sam Joseph, and gives him a glare as he comes up offensively. Alley-oop to Iqbal, and the finish is good. So the momentum is turning for Bridgeport as this frenetic pace tends to overwhelm the opposition. Sal Balbetto almost had it stolen. Balbetto takes contact as he just free falls his whole body, able to draw that contact there. Coach Warren letting the refs know in terms of body position, Iqbal was vertical, but he was kind of going to the side there. And Sal Balbetto just completely just played with reckless abandon there, but was able to get an opportunity for Mercy. So 14-6, Bridgeport leads. Sal Balbetto goes to the free throw line. Balbetto on the season shooting 73%. And he misses that first. Second free throw is good. So a 7-point game, 14-7. Morgan Robinson works it around. The key, Sam Joseph, inside to Iqbal. Kamara jab step jumper. Free throw line extended, no good. Long rebound goes to Cobb. Inside once again to Iqbal. Off the glass, no good. Kelvin Howard comes down with the rebound. Howard looking to break the pressure. Richards unable to knock down that 3. And they'll say possession goes to Mercy. Great defense there as it goes off Sharif Cobb's foot. For a minute, I thought they were going to say that went off of Richards. But possession stays with Mercy. Good defense there by Richards. As Myers catches that rebound. Cobb putting pressure on Myers. Crossover dribble. Thought about a shot. Instead thinks to pass. Irvin. Now being guarded by Cobb. Great recovery from Abbas. However, pulled up a 3. Oh, skying in for that rebound is Richards, and they'll say it went off of Richards. He's looking for a foul. 14-7, Bridgeport leads. Richard's timing seems to be off since he hasn't started this particular game. So let's see how he's able to get into the flow. Right now they're trailing Myers, looking to get to Richards. Easy basket, and he can't finish that layup, but he'll go to the free throw line. One thing about scorers is they're able to get, once they see the ball go in the basket, that's when it becomes easier for them. So on the season, Richards shooting 81% at the free throw line. And he misses the first free throw. So his timing seems to be off since he hasn't started. On the season, he started most of the season, 25 games. He started 21 of them. The second free throw is good for Richards. Cobb drives baseline. Irvin tried to go behind the back, and they call a travel since he fell on the floor. If this was the professional ranks, although he would have fell if he was able to find a teammate without moving, that wouldn't have been a travel. But in college, as soon as you hit the ground, they call a travel. And on the inbound, miscommunication there by Howard and Irvin, and it opens up a three for Cobb, who is able to respond offensively. 17-8, Bridgeport leads. Howard able to break the press, but he steps out of bounds, and possession goes back to Bridgeport. So already we're seeing multiple turnovers from Mercy, and Bridgeport is able to truly, as I mentioned, overwhelm opposition just from multiple possessions over and over again, dealing with the press. And just from that frenetic pace, it forces you to kind of play faster than you're used to. Cobb off the glass, can't finish. Skying in is Richards. He's able to get it to Irvin. Thought about pushing the break, but slows it down. Myers calls for the screen. Griffin comes over. Irvin once again looking for Griffin. Myers has to make a play. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Griffin inside. Comes skying over as Abbas, and Griffin really poised inside, able to get that floater over Abbas. 17-10, Bridgeport leads. Trumbo kicks out to Abbas. Thought about a three. Instead goes to Bakari Kamara off the glass. He can't finish. Offensive rebound both by Abbas and Kamara. But they give the credit to Abbas on that offensive glass. And possession goes to Mercy. Coming over was Sam Joseph for that steal. But they say it goes off of Joseph's arm instead of Myers. 19-10, Bridgeport leads. As the refs had to let the coaching staff for Bridgeport know to keep their comments to a minimum in terms of berating the refs. On the defensive glass is Bakari Kamara, and possession goes back to Bridgeport. Carlos De Jesus look to be getting into that groove. As I mentioned, able to push that break there, build that rhythm. Abbas gets it over to Dennis Green. Kicks back out to Abbas. Stretching the defense for three, and it's good. Great assist there by Dennis Green. Myers has it deflected out by Bakari Kamara. And Devon Trumbo comes back into the game. Just a quick breather for Trumbo. That's one thing about him. He's a gamer in all facets. He's always going to be there to provide energy for Bridgeport. He just needs a little break and comes right back in. 9:36 remaining here in this first half. That's the one difference between the men's and women's game in terms of quarter play and half play. 20-minute halves on the men's side. And strong finish there by Brendan Smith. And Mercy trails 22-12. De Jesus pulls up for three. And we have a timeout called by Coach Maxwell. 25-12, Bridgeport leads, 9:24 remaining. This ECC Network presentation of Bridgeport basketball here in Harvey Hubble Gym on the men's side. The Purple Knights lead the Mercy Mavericks 25-12. As we look at the standings for the men's side, as I mentioned earlier, Bridgeport is in the midst of their longest winning streak in school history. They've already tied it at 12. If they win this one, it'll be 13 in a row, and they'll break the school record, the longest since 2013, where they actually won 12 in a row, but they lost the 13th opportunity on senior night. So for Bridgeport, their senior night will be on Tuesday. But if you look at the standing on the men's side, Bridgeport is 14-1 in ECC play, one game ahead of St. Thomas Aquinas at 13-3. On the season, Bridgeport is 21-4, so they still have some games to finish out. But depending in terms of region play and ECC tournament play, they're playing for an all-out bid. If they win this particular game, they clinch the #1 seed in the tournament, and that should go a long way in the NCC tournament. In terms of the region, Bridgeport is second in the region, so that's a good thing as well. Fighting for #1 as Daquan Irvin comes out of the timeout and gets an easy basket for the Mavericks, cutting the deficit to 11, 25-14. DeJesus finds Dennis Green cutting. Travel there, but the ref didn't call it. Green pulls up for three, and it's good. And after he hits the three, he has something to say to the bench. It always feels good when you make a three in front of the opponent's bench. Kamara comes out of it with his steal as well. So right now, the Purple Knights are just clicking on all cylinders, especially defensively. That's where their bread and butter is at in this particular game, competing and getting multiple opportunities. Mark Campbell comes into the game for Kamara. 14-point game, 8:48 remaining in his first half. DeJesus thought about a three. He had already hit one from that left corner. Campbell works it around to Joseph. Back to DeJesus. Attacking. Floater has it blocked. Great defense there by Smith. And the one thing, if you're Mercy, you're not out of this game because of the pace and how Bridgeport plays. There's going to be pockets for you to get some easy opportunities as well. It's just you don't want to get too far behind where you spend so much time trying to get back into the game where it zaps your energy. As Trumbo couldn't quite handle that crossover, but Dennis Smith is able to Dennis Green, excuse me. As we see a three for Bridgeport, 31-14. I mixed up Dennis Green and Dennis Smith Jr., excuse me. On the kick out, Kelvin Howard for three, steps into it, and Smith able to get that offensive rebound and finish, and we have a delay of game as Smith slaps the ball out of bounds after he makes the layup. He can't do that. But Smith has been really active on the offensive glass for Mercy in terms of just creating extra opportunities. Right now they're struggling to get continuity offensively. Just too much activity for Bridgeport. As it appears, Sam Joseph took a shot in the eye there. He's trying to walk it off. Probably got poked in the eye. He's trying to blink it out. But Green takes the crossover, kicks out to Campbell. Mark Campbell for three, rims out. DeJesus comes out of the scrum with the offensive rebound. Great hustle. Sam Joseph for three. And Trumbo comes away with the offensive rebound. He can't finish the layup. Chris Myers working that sideline, and it gets a floater off the glass over the outstretched arms of Green. Trumbo thought about passing it to DeJesus. Instead catches the trailer in Green. Green slows it down offensively. Trumbo left wing, back to Green. Takes a screen from Joseph. In the paint. Tries to reverse it. Great offensive rebound from Trumbo. Trumbo inside. Great find and vision from Sam Joseph. And that, once again, the activity from Trumbo on the offensive glass. He does whatever it takes offensively and defensively for the Purple Knights. And defensively, Sam Joseph is just a hawk right now. Everything he wants, he seems to be getting in terms of creating deflections and opportunities. Possession stays with Mercy. Kelvin Howard will be inbounding. Sideline out of bounds. Trying to get it to Smith inside, and it's deflected by Campbell. Sharif Cobb pushing the break. Kick out to DeJesus. Left corner for three, and it's good. And we have an 18-point game doubled up. Bridgeport is leading 36-18. And the three-pointer is no good. Once again, Bridgeport just getting quick opportunities. Sam Joseph in attack mode, kicks out to Cobb. Left corner three. He can't knock it down, but the rebound goes to Bridgeport. Cobb slows it down. Looking to get it to DeJesus. They're working around the perimeter. Mark Campbell touches it. Trumbo touches it. Everybody involved. Inside to Campbell. He has the size advantage. Kicks out to DeJesus. Wide open three on the skip pass. No good. And Trumbo fighting for that offensive rebound. He doesn't come away with it. The 32, Amir Atkins gets that rebound. Fine style by Beto. At the rim, Smith. Hop step off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound. No good. And Trumbo gets the rebound. Crossover dribble by Trumbo. At the rim, kick out to Cobb. Works it around to Campbell. Wide open three is good, and the extra pass. Based on the rhythm and offense, Cobb could have got a three there, but instead he works it around to get a better shot to Mark Campbell. 39-18, Bridgeport leads, and Mercy has to call a timeout to stem this momentum. At this point, Bridgeport is clicking on all cylinders. Their continuity is fresh, and everybody is touching the ball on that one possession. Prior to that three, everyone touched the ball. Trumbo, Campbell, everybody involved. And when you have that, even if you're not scoring, you feel involved. You're able to run harder. You're able to try to get extra possessions because you know eventually your time is going to come. And I think for Coach Rowan, that's what he wanted to cultivate with this particular season, with this particular group. They're so deep in every position, and there's versatility in terms of the guard play and defensively. Even when you have a player like Sam Joseph, who is relatively a shooting guard, he can guard the point guard, he can guard the power forward, and just with the speed that you have on the perimeter, you can create so many deflections and leakouts, which leads to transition and easy opportunities for Bridgeport. And then we have young players like Travis Morgan Robinson and Yasir Lawrence. When they're young and in a system like this, it's only going to improve their game and their IQ for the latter parts of their career. 5:30 remaining, 16 seconds left. Griffin pulls up for the jumper, no good. Mark Campbell comes away with the rebound. Campbell, Euro steps off the glass in, the scoop layup is good. 41-18, 5:14 remaining. Bridgeport leads the Mavericks. Balbetto being hounded by DeJesus. Takes contact, looks to finish the layup, deflected. Instead kicks it out. Floater inside. No good, rebounded by Sam Joseph. Cobb gets it to Joseph in attack mode. He was looking to gather, but it's tripped. So he'll be going to the free throw line there. Or they say the foul is on the ground. It appears he'll be going to the line. Personal foul called on Kelvin Howard. That'll be the third team foul. And you think about that. It's only been 3 team fouls on Mercy in a game that we've already seen 60 points scored with 4:45 remaining in the first half. So that goes to show you the pace and flow of this game so far. It hasn't been slowed down by it hasn't been marred by any fouls. Joseph makes that first free throw. And second is good. And we have substitutions as Travis Morgan Robinson comes into the game for Sam Joseph. Balkis Iqbal comes into the game as well. As Lawrence couldn't quite deny that pass there. Also into the game for Mercy, number 4, Hinnock Bien, excuse me. Kelvin Howard knocks down the 3. So it's 43-21. Mercy Mercy is really in a hurt right now. Morgan Robinson thought about a three, gets it to Iqbal off the glass, and it rolls around and it's good. Oh, stolen for Bridgeport, and Iqbal tried to save the possession, can't quite corral it, and we have a foul called on Morgan Robinson. But great defense there by Bridgeport, just really putting pressure on Mercy and everything they want to do, whether it be the inbound or whether it's in play. Side by Beto with the basketball, right wing. Takes a screen from Griffin. Great closeout there from Iqbal. Kick out to Howard, and the three is good. So Kelvin Howard trying to keep Mercy in the game. Back-to-back three-point possessions for Mercy. 21-point game, 345 remaining, excuse me. Work it around. Yasir Lawrence for three. Back rims it, rebounded by Griffin. BN able to find Balbetto in the backcourt. Crossover dribble by Balbetto, slowed down by Lawrence. Left wing, Lawrence and Balbetto going at it. Take the crossover, looking for a teammate. BN on the right wing, looking to kick out, but there was nobody in the corner there. They call a foul really on the bailout because they didn't call that foul. That would have been a bad turnover for Mercy. Iqbal picks up that second personal foul to be the 15th foul for Bridgeport. Hashim Abbas comes into the game. Chris Myers also comes into the game. On the inbound, Kelvin Howard there, right wing, being guarded by Bakari Kamara, who also is back into the game. Stolen by Travis Morgan Robinson. And looking for Kamara at the rim. Left hand slam is good. And the energy in this gym is amazing. 47-34, Bridgeport leads. 47-24, another steal by Sharif Cobb, saved by Kamara. Yasir Lawrence kicks out to Morgan Robinson for three. No good. This roof would have went off if he would have made that three. Kelvin Howard facing pressure from Morgan Robinson, able to skip past it. Myers with the basketball, guarded by Lawrence. 2:38 remaining. Scoop layup, no good, but they call a foul. That personal foul was called against Yasir Lawrence. 16th foul. That's his first personal foul. So the next foul would be 1-and-1. If you're Mercy. Baseline out of bounds. 2:35 remaining. Bridgeport leads 47-24. Back and forth we've gone, but it's been one-sided in terms of the scoring prowess. Bridgeport is dominating. At the rim, and we have a travel. That travel is called against Amir Atkins. He kind of was going too fast on that drive. 2:25 remaining. Travis Morgan Robinson with the basketball. Able to work it around. Kamara faces some traffic, able to get it back out. Trumbo pulls up for three, left corner. That corner has been really fortunate for Bridgeport. But that three didn't fall, so possession goes back to Mercy. But a wide open shot for Trumbo there. Sal Balbetto able to break the pressure, throws it up. And Smith almost got that layup, but he's able to go to the free throw line. Hashim Abbas, he picks up that first personal foul, but that's the 7th team foul. So now Bridgeport's in the penalty. It'll be even though this is a shooting foul, it'll be 1-and-1 until we get to the 10th team foul, which would be the double bonus. First free throw for Smith is good. Daquan Richards comes back into the game for Mercy. Smith knocks in both free throws, so we have a 21-point game, 47-26. Morgan Robinson attacks baseline, and he's fouled by Myers. And that's the danger of when you hit so many threes. Now you're forced to close out defensively, and on any up fake, you're on guard because the opposition's been able to knock down so many threes. So for Bridgeport, that's worked in their favor, and the baseline will be wide open, especially on those corner threes. As Morgan Robinson rattles in the first free throw, 1:51 remaining. Second free throw is good for Morgan Robinson. Once again, I just want to say that this game is sponsored by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we have what are they going to call? Referees are thinking about it at this point, and they're going to call a blocking foul. As Hashima Boz picks up that foul. So Barbetta will go to the free throw line. As I mentioned, this game is sponsored the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The game day sponsors 4T's Plumbing and Heating, Dorita & Sons Construction Company, Inc., Essex Boat Works, LLC, Harborview Market, Jennings Teas, Jerry Numerous, Malvaso Nationwide Insurance, Rocky Select Volleyball Club, UB Baseball, UB Gymnastics, UB Men's Soccer, UB Swimming, UB Women's Soccer, UB Volleyball, and Vassies. As Balbetto makes both free throws, 49-28, 1:45 remaining here in this first half. Bridgeport is completely dominating with their pace and ball movement. As you can see right here, Trumbo pulls up for three and then knocks it down. 52-28, Bridgeport leads. Sal Balbetto is in the backcourt, and we have a steal by Morgan Robinson. Trumbo for three, and he knocks it down. Great pursuit defensively there by Morgan Robinson, as this pressure is truly overwhelming the Mavericks. Balbetto thought about a three. He takes the three. He back rims it. As they fight for that rebound, Smith is completely on the offensive glass. But fighting for that rebound is Bridgeport, and Smith is fouled. Bridgeport is approaching a double bonus here. 9 team fouls. That personal foul goes against Kamara. That's his second personal foul. 9th team foul. As Sal Balbetto heads to the bench. Coming in number 4. Hinak Bien. Coming into the game for Bridgeport, Karamo Kamara. (55-28) Bridgeport leads. Smith knocks in the one of 2 free throws. No, it was 2 free throws, but everyone walked off the line forgetting that it was a second free throw. So Smith is going to get his second free throw, 55-29, trying to push Mercy to 30, but he's unable to make it. So Bridgeport with the basketball, as we are under a minute remaining. Dennis Green into the game as well. Trumbo hands off to Morgan Robinson. Pull-up three-pointer is good. (58-29), 43.1 seconds left. Morgan Robinson just stepped right into that three. All energy at this point. Bien gets it to Myers. Richards comes flying in down the lane. Howard back to Bien. Being thought about a three, dribbles out, crossover dribble on Kamara. Good move to Myers. 12 on the shot clock. 7. Mercy has to make a move. Bien has it deflected. Kicks out to Howard for 3. No good. Kamara skies in on that rebound. And miscommunication there, and possession goes to Mercy. Shot clock is off. Floater scoop layup. It's no good. And right there, Kamara just not understanding the time and possession. I think just the energy of the game. He wanted the easy basket there, that outlet pass, and he acknowledges that was his mistake. And BM misses that first free throw. Yasir Lawrence comes into the game for Trumbo. 3.6 remaining after this free throw. So let's see how Bridgeport is able to play this off a make or miss. And BN makes the second. So Morgan Robinson with the basketball, pulls up for the 3, on line, just a little short. So going into the half, Bridgeport leads 58-30. Your broadcaster Isaiah Rose. This is the ECC Network presentation of Bridgeport basketball here at Harvey Hubbell Gym, and we have a 15-minute intermission. So after the break, we'll be back with all of your stats and everything else. We'll be right back. As we approach 2 minutes before the second half, this ECC Network presentation of Bridgeport basketball on the men's side, where the Purple Knights lead the Mercy Mavericks 58-30 here at Harvey Hubble Gym. I'm your broadcaster Isaiah Rhodes, and as we run through the first half stats, it was a complete and utter domination from the Purple Knights in the early parts of this game. Bridgeport shot 44% in the first half, but they shot 50% from three, making 11 as a team, where Mercy, they only shot 37%, 10 of 27 from the field, and was two of 9 from three. Where they really struggled for Mercy, they had 12 turnovers in the first half compared to just 3 for Bridgeport. And Bridgeport has 16 assists on 21 field goals made, so that goes to show you the continuity that the Purple Knights had. In terms of a leading scorer, Mark Campbell led the team with 8 points. He made 2 3-pointers, and it was balanced scoring all the way around. Campbell had 8 points, and then Trumbo also had 8 points. He also hit 2 threes. So, but when you see those 8 points from 2 players, consider this: you had 4 players score 5 points or more for Bridgeport, and for Mercy, you only had 4 players. You only had 5 players score in total. So for Mercy, they don't necessarily have the depth that Bridgeport has offensively. And then outside of just the scoring depth you saw defensively. You had 2 different players with 2 steals, and you had 2 other players who accounted for 1 steal, 6 steals total. And then on the rebounding end, Bridgeport out-rebounded Mercy 26-19 with 11 offensive rebounds. So I think for Bridgeport and your coach Ron, that's everything you want to see defensively. You saw great ball movement. You saw good continuity and communication defensively. So you just want to kind of see that carry over to the second half, where you run the risk of being up by so much you take their foot off the gas. But I think for Bridgeport, they understand how important this game is to their season and how they want to finish strong going into postseason play. Being up by 18 with 20 minutes left, this is your second to last home game of the season, so you want to put on a show for your home fans. As both teams switch to opposite hoops in the second half, let's see how Mercy is able to respond competitively to get back into this game. Sideline out of bounds, inbounded to Devon Trumbo. As we start, Sam Joseph comes out for 3, and already he's getting off to a great start. 61-30, Bridgeport leads to open up the second half. Side by Beto. Right wing guarded by Sharif Cobb. Inside. Smith floated over Iqbal. And Joseph able to tap it over to Trumbo. Deflected, great deflection by Mercy as Irvin misses the layup on a fast break, and it's just been that type of night for the Mavericks. Cobb thought about a 3, instead drives, attacks no good, and Irvin gets that rebound. Able to get it over to Hinnock. Stolen by Cobb, and great football pass to Trumbo. Trumbo almost dunked it, but instead thought better of it and laid it up with the left hand. So 33-point lead. We have 63-30. Hinnock being tried to get it to Smith, and Smith couldn't handle that pass, so possession goes back to Bridgeport. Trumbo looks to get it back to Joseph. Joseph back rims a 3 there. Unable to knock it down. Side by Beto comes away with the rebound. Gets it to Bien. Bien looked to get the pass. The pass was a little too deep under the rim, but he couldn't save it. So possession goes back to Bridgeport. Right now, Mercy hasn't gotten any good shots necessarily outside of that Urban missed layup there. And there's going to be some substitutions for Mercy. Side by Beto comes out BN comes out. No, excuse me. BN is in the game. I mispronounced a play there. Shannon Denny. That's who I was calling BN. But Shannon Denny comes out of the game, and Hennock BN comes into the game. Excuse me. Igbo pulls up for three, back rims it. Skying for that rebound is Daquan Richards. Hopefully he's okay. He's getting up really gingerly there. Fighting for that score is Smith. And Richards is okay. He's telling his coaching staff he's good. The refs wanted to stop the game to examine him, but he's fine. And game goes on. 7:57 remaining. Devon Trumbo looking to get it to Igbo. Igbo pulls up for the jumper, no good. BN has it stolen by Joseph. Bridgeport is just really dominating. And another left-hand slam by Kamara. Myers skying up for that layup. Good body control and English on the rim. And we have a blocking foul by Myers. As the refs are telling the scores table to adjust that, telling the scores tables to adjust that clock there. – 17:24 remaining. 65-34, Bridgeport leads. Igbo hands off to Joseph. Already knocked down a three on that left wing. Instead, looks to drive, kicks out to Cobb. Cobb pulls up for three off the offensive rebound from Kamara, and then Sam Joseph comes back off the miss and gets a layup. So great energy from Joseph. Richards in and out, looks to pull up for a jumper, and he does. Daquan Richards knocks in his first basket of the game. That's his third point. For a player of his caliber, averaging just over 18 points per game. It's pretty unsettling to see him not play as much, but there has to be something going on in terms of him with internal, whether it be injuries or other things. They didn't necessarily let us know, but he hasn't played with the same energy that we're used to seeing from a player of his caliber. But possession goes back to Mercy. You don't necessarily want to speculate, so we'll leave that alone. Possession stays with Mercy. They're looking to get a score. Trying to go to Richards, but it's stolen by Abbas. Abbas looking for a guard. Kind of got put on an island there. Great deflection by Richards, and they couldn't get the leak out. He was looking for the leak out there. BN floater off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Trumbo. Abbas at the rim, strong pound dribble and finish. 69 to 36. Splitting the defense is BN and stolen by Trumbo. Trumbo pushing the break, gets it to Abbas. And right in his breadbasket, easy finish for Abbas. Another deflection from DeJesus. Skying for that deflection was Sharif Cobb. And already you hear Coach Ruan telling Cobb, don't get hurt. You want to protect your players in a domination like this. You want to make sure that everyone's getting their rhythm minutes, but when the game is in a position where you already know the outcome, you don't want to put players in any position where they get hurt, especially at this point in the season. Myers kicks out to Richards. He works it around to BN. Jab step. And no good on that jumper. Howard steps into a three. No good. Smith Sky in an offensive rebound, and he finishes that layup. He flexes after the layup, but they're down by 33. So I'm not sure why he's flexing there, but that's neither here nor there. 71-33. Mark Campbell, great find from Yasir Lawrence on that pass. Chris Myers gets it to Howard. Richards throws the alley to Smith, and the slam is there. Mark Campbell in and out dribble behind the back. Was going up for a shot, but he couldn't quite gather for the shot. Kari Kamara comes in for Campbell. And it looks to be a foul on DeJesus. DeJesus thought it was an offensive foul. That's DeJesus' first personal foul, first team foul of the half for Bridgeport. Mercy able to get that inbound in. Great deflection from Kamara. And Atkins had to slow it down and try to find a guard. Bien able to sky inside, takes contact, and gets the finish. Kamara picks up his third personal foul, second team foul at half. Bien's first free throw is no good. Then the first half at the free throw line, Mercy was 8 of 12. Bridgeport was 5 of 7. Bien misses that first. The second free throw is no good. Misses it badly on the front rim. And Morgan Robinson comes in. Good crossover dribble. Gets it to Lawrence. Pulls up for three, and it's good. Yasin Lawrence already has had a game this season where he scored 24 points, hitting 6 3-pointers. So you know that he's due for another one of those. (76-40). Sabah Beto coming back into the game for Bien. Myers looking to take a screen from Smith. Floater is good. Lawrence steps into another three, back rims it. And we have a foul on the boss. Dennis Green comes in for Carlos DeJesus. (76-42) Bridgeport leads. Balbero left wing. Step back three-pointer over Green. No good. Morgan Robinson take the pass from Kamara. Kick out to Green. Floater with the left hand, no good. Smith has been one real bright spot for Mercy today as they fight for that rebound, fight for that possession. Myers and Lawrence. And the refs got to be careful between Morgan Robinson and Myers, especially in a game like this, being up 34, 76-42. And that's a good thing from Coach Ron. Take Morgan Robinson out the game just to settle things down. The game is completely out of hand in terms of scoring wise, and you don't want to get any players any technicals or try to create any animosity between the teams at this point. Competition-wise, this game is relatively over unless, Mercy makes a good crack at it, but you don't want to have any extracurriculars. Step back three. Atkins able to knock that down. Good shot there. Abbas for three. Side rims it. Coming skying in on that rebound is Kamara, but they call a foul on Lawrence. Yasir Lawrence picks up his third personal foul, the fourth team foul on Bridgeport. Barbeto looking to get the inbound, and it's stolen by Trumbo. Trumbo looking to walk off. Little tweak ankle, but he's a complete gamer in all things, man. Anytime he's ever down, it might look like he's hurt, but more often than not, he's going to come back into the game. Trumbo trying to shoot his way out of it. Can't quite knock that down. Barbeto gets it to Smith inside. No, that's Griffin. Griffin is into the game. He spins off and knocks in a scoop layup there. Lawrence pulls up a three. Not sure that was the smartest shot, but being up by 29 with 11:45 remaining. Trumbo with that rebound. Abbas able to find Kamara. Kamara goes to the free throw line. Good body control, able to create that opportunity. Personal foul called against Mercy, number 22, Matthew Electus. He's getting his first real opportunity on the floor right now. Kamara misses that free throw. Lawrence comes out of the game for Joseph. Joseph and Iqbal coming for Abbas and Lawrence. So we have a 30-point game, 77-47. Irvin back into the game. Electus looks to kick out, and he finds Griffin for another slam. So Brian Griffin is another player who's been a bright spot for Mercy today as well. Kamara being guarded by Howard. Fadeaway jumper, it's no good. So Barbeto looking to work some misdirection, pulls up for a free throw line jumper. We have a 26-point game. So Bridgeport still has to run offense. They can't just, have empty possessions. You have 10:50 remaining. Mid-range jumper, Kamara, no good. Offensive rebound by Trumbo. And they call a travel because he hits the ground. So Mark Campbell comes into the game. Let's see who he's coming in for. He comes in for Kamara. On the denial. Great denial there from Bridgeport. And it's almost stolen. As Howard finally crosses the timeline. Irvin, left hand. That left hand has not been kind to him. He missed the earlier layup on a fast break, and right there, just an easy opportunity missed. On an inbound, Mark Campbell switched with Dennis Green. Cobb with the basketball. Gets it to Green. Green pulls up for three, front rims it. Great pass from Campbell, and Green steps out of bounds. Coach Ruan is not happy with the offense he's seeing right now. It's not as cohesive as the first half was. It was a good ball movement. Now players are just settling for threes, and it's something he has to really figure out. Great inbound, and Urban at the rim. He misses another layup. Possession goes back to Bridgeport. And right now his confidence is down. He's heading to the bench. But he's had 3 opportunities at the rim that would be considered as bunnies, and he just missed them. As we approach 10 minutes remaining, Bridgeport completely dominating. But we've hit that lull where when you're up by so much, you kind of get deflated because you're dominating by so much. But Sam Joseph comes in and brings energy. He scores, so it's 79-51. Sam Joseph hits the double-digit mark with 11. He's the second player for Bridgeport with 10 points. Mark Campbell also has 10. Mark Campbell has 10 and Joseph has 11. And foul by Campbell, Sal Barbetto able to get to that free throw line. Barbetto at the free throw line. First free throw was no good. Here in the second half, Mercy has completely struggled at the line. First half, 8 of 12. So far in this particular game, they haven't been able to really maximize. Both free throws missed by Barbetto. Joseph once again on the floater. DeJesus trying to come out of that scrum with the rebound. Griffin takes the floater and contact inside. Griffin so far tonight with 12 points. DeJesus takes contact. Driving left, look to finish with the right hand. So good body English there to create that contact. And he'll be going to the free throw line. DeJesus so far tonight with 9 points, so he's looking to get in double digits as well. Second free throw is good. So Bridgeport able to crack 80. That was good defense there by DeJesus, not necessarily picking up that foul, avoiding the foul. And Griffin with a strong slam. So despite how much they're down by 25. Brian Griffin really bringing the energy for Mercy, trying to keep them engaged. Campbell trying to get it to Iqbal, and it's a turnover. Barbetto, hop step, takes contact, and the finish is good. So right now, Mercy showing great competitive response. Despite being down, they're trying to make this a game. Sam Joseph attacking and able to finish strong. Inside Griffin, skip pass. The three-pointer is no good. Sharif Cobb gets that rebound. Crossover dribble. Instead dribbles to the corner. Thinking about a three. Dances with it a little bit. Comes out, top of the key. Crossover. Gets it to DeJesus. Looking for Joseph inside. Contact on the post. Can't finish. Offensive rebound strong. And no good. Barbetto. Attacking. Can't finish. And Cobb gets that rebound. Alley-oop to Iqbal is no good. The pass is a little too high for Iqbal. And Sam Joseph acknowledges that bad pass. But now we're starting to see the game open up a little bit more here in the second half. It was a little dry for a couple of minutes there, but we're starting to see the game open up, which is good. Despite the score, if you have a good flow to a basketball game, the score, you don't really feel the score. Balbetto being guarded by Morgan Robinson, who's back into the game, and he's able to draw the foul. Second personal foul on Morgan Robinson. Right now, Bridgeport has 7 fouls, so it should be a 1-and-1. And I think the referees recognize that, so Balbetto will be going to the line. He missed 2 free throws in earlier possession. Free throw is no good. And Abbas with that rebound. Morgan Robinson looking for a trailer, finds DeJesus. Look to step into a 3, kicks out to Lawrence. Up fake, kicks out to Abbas. 3-pointer is no good. Good defense by Morgan Robinson. And it looked to be a travel, and great finish there. Shannon Denny with that finish there. Good body English. DeJesus pulls up for the 3, and the corner 3 has been a blessing for DeJesus tonight. Really knocking down most of the corner 3s he's seen on both sides of the hoop. And we have a steal by DeJesus. Bad communication there. And Iqbal gets fouled going to the rim. Personal foul called on Balbetto. That's his 3rd personal foul. 16 foul called on Mercy. First free throw is no good for Iqbal. Just to let you guys know about the upcoming schedule on the men's side and the women's side. The senior night for both teams will be this upcoming Wednesday against Malloy. First game will be at 5 p.m. on the women's side. And then at 7, 20 minutes after the conclusion of the women's game, but hopefully at 7, it'll be the men versus Malloy. And that'll be this Wednesday, senior night. Hannock being with the basketball, able to get it across to Myers. Myers guarded by Morgan Robinson as we hit just under a minute remaining. DeJesus skies in for that rebound. Good box out there as well. Morgan Robinson inside to Abbas. Baseline, off the glass, no good, but he draws the foul. Personal foul called against Brendan Smith. So that would be the 17th foul on Mercy and the second team foul called on Smith. Abbas with the free throw is good. Second free throw for Abbas is no good. Skying in for that rebound is Smith. And with Mercy, they have to be careful because Bridgeport has lived on back tips. But Smith able to finish there. He has 17 points tonight. Lawrence thought about a step-in 3, but instead finds Abbas. Abbas can't make that layup. And Irvin comes in, skying for the rebound. Hanakbian pulls up for a step-in 3. Way off. DeJesus ahead to the trailer, throws the alley, but Kamara doesn't jump for it. He waits for the pass, corrals it, and finishes strong. And that would have been better than a missed dunk, so that's good. As we approach 5 minutes remaining, the game and score is in hand at this point, 89-61. Smith will be called for the charge there. Abbas takes the contact. And we have some substitutions for Bridgeport. Coming out of the game is Abbas, Bakari Kamara. And coming into the game is number 30, Phillip Lodge, Dennis Green, Yasir Lawrence, and number 25, Karamo Kamara. So at this point, this is the lineup that'll finish the game for Coach Ruan. And the knockdown three is good for Karamo, pushing this lead to 31. Bridgeport with 92 points and 4:30 remaining. So far on the season, they've already had dominant wins against UDC with 119 points, and earlier in the year, they pushed for the team record of 132. They beat NYIT 131-101, and that was in December. So that could potentially be in danger, but I doubt Bridgeport will play at that particular pace to push for that. But with 3:50 remaining and 92 points, we should see about 110. Henok Bean knocks it down a three. And you hear head coach, associate head coach, and Dennis Green with the spin and finish. You can hear associate head coach Kranti Sanati screaming for tempo. He doesn't want to slow it down, especially with 3 minutes remaining. He wants to see some continuity defensively. And already we see another turnover for Mercy. 3:17 remaining. On the inbound, Smith gets it to Morgan Robinson. I keep saying Dennis Smith. Dennis Green. Dennis Smith Jr. will be in tonight's slam dunk contest, so that's probably why I'm thinking about him in terms of this game. But a great alley and find from Yasir Lawrence to Karamo Kamara. And Coach Ruan is telling the team stop fouling at this point. 2:56 remaining, game relatively in hand. You don't want to extend it any more than you have to. First free throw is good for Brian Griffin. Griffin considering the score, he's had a great game. 15 points for Griffin. Some real strong finishes at the rim as well. Morgan Robinson gets it to Lodge. Lodge thought about a three there. Has it stolen by Richards. Daquan Richards is Mercy's leading scorer, but he hasn't gotten much minutes today. They haven't let us know about why he didn't start or why he hasn't gotten much minutes, but he's usually their leading scorer. He averages just over 18 points per game, 18.3 on the season. So him not playing as much as we're used to has really affected how Mercy has played. But I think at this point, when you consider how well Bridgeport was playing, I'm not sure how much of a dent he would put into this score. But in terms of on the outset, it probably would have changed their mentality on the game. But it's 96-67 regardless, 2:30 remaining. Green with the behind the back to Lodge. Can't finish that layup. And Irvin looking for Bien. Going a little too fast there. Goes out of bounds. So we approach 2 minutes remaining here at Harvey Open Gym. This is the ECC network of Bridgeport basketball for a doubleheader earlier today The women lost a heartbreaker to Mercy 58-55. The seesaw game saw multiple lead changes, but Mercy was able to come out with some strong execution down the stretch, and they won. And on the men's side, this has been a barn burner nonetheless, but Bridgeport has dominated it. And Green gets an easy layup there. Great find from Travis Morgan Robinson. And Bridgeport looks to be in pursuit of the Lawler's Law, first to 100. They say usually the Lawler's Law, first to 100 wins. 140 remaining. Richards takes the foul from Karamo Kamara. Coach Ruan is not happy with that foul. But you don't want to give up. I mean, it's a slippery slope as a competitor. You don't want to give up any easy baskets, but then you don't want to put anybody in position to get hurt or anything like that. So you run that delicate fine line. But Richards took the foul, able to get to the free throw line, knocks in the first free throw. 30-point game, 98-68. Morgan Robinson gets it to Yasir Lawrence. 1:28 remaining. Crossover dribble from Green. Thought about kicking it out. We have a steal. Myers at the rim. Almost has it blocked by Lawrence on the chase down. Green moving a little too fast. Steps into a three, but rebounded by Lodge. Lodge for three. Can't knock it down. And we have possession change goes to Mercy. As Bridgeport clearly is trying to get to 100. But the game is well in hand, 98-71. Mercy really didn't have any shot from start to finish. It's really been a one-and-done type of game for them today. Morgan Robinson with the finger roll. Looked like he wanted to dunk that there, but at least he was able to make the basket. So they finally get to 100, 100-71. This has been a dominant performance from start to finish. And if you're Coach Ruan, outside of those little lulls where Bridgeport wasn't scoring, this has been a relatively perfect game and defensive execution. Been good continuity offensively, and everybody's involved. And they call that the jelly. It was a good finish there from Karamo. Able to drive left and finish with the right hand. Richards gets it to Griffin. Griffin can't finish that layup, and we have 12 seconds left. Dribbling off of Karamo's foot there, Karamo Kamara. So 11.5 seconds remaining in this dominant win for the Purple Knights, 101-73. This will probably be the last possession. Irvin shoots a three. Can't make that. And Morgan Robinson slows it down as he dribbles out the clock. Coach Ruan understands the significance of this game. Bridgeport, with this win, will clinch the #1 seed in the ECC tournament. And if they do, when they do get the #1 seed, they'll play in early March. That Saturday, that March 4th game. So good for them. They'll play the winner of the playing game for the 4-5. So we'll see how they're able to take this particular season so far and translate that into postseason play. But so far, Coach Ruan has a team with great depth and great continuity offensively, as I mentioned, great ball handlers and great defense in terms of deflections and creating multiple opportunities. The versatility that they have in every possession puts them in position on most nights to overwhelm teams. You saw today everybody on the roster that was able to played in today's game. And when you have the versatility that Coach Ruan has, you can match up against anybody. As I get the last stats for tonight's game, 102-73. The men's side for Bridgeport won. You have the leading scorer being Sam Joseph with 13 points. Also, Carlos De Jesus scored 13 points. But you have 5 players in double figures, and you had Bakari Kamara scored 9 points, so he was almost in double figures. And then when you look at the team stats, just great shooting overall in terms of the three-point line, 15 for 39. They missed 6 free throws, 9 to 15, but it didn't necessarily hurt them because they were able to get almost 30 assists, 29 total assists. They had 14 blocks and 12 steals. So this is a completely dominant game defensively. And on Mercy's end, they didn't really get any continuity. You had great performances from Ryan Griffin and Brendan Smith, but that was really outside of that, everything else was empty in terms of how Mercy was playing offensively because they were overwhelmed with the turnovers. They had 23 turnovers today, so to that point, it really shot them in the foot in terms of how they were going to play. But once again, Coach Ron is able to eclipse 20 wins this season, 22 wins on the season, and they clinched the ECC tournament #1 seed. So we'll see how Bridgeport is able to translate this going forward. I'm your broadcaster, Isaiah Rhodes, and you guys should tune in to Wednesday's home game against Malloy. It'll be senior night, and that'll be the last home game for Bridgeport this season. Once again, I'm your broadcaster, Isaiah Rhodes. This is the ECC Network presentation, and this game was presented by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So we want to thank all the sponsors and contributors who made this day happen for some lucky fans and all of those in the Bridgeport area. Thank you for your time. We'll see you next time.